Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Yin. Great to have you along this week. Just before we make a start, just a reminder that next week on the 3rd, Tuesday the 3rd, there'll be no live class. I'm taking a week off, and then we'll resume again on the 10th of October. If you would like a class recording to practice in that week off, you're most welcome to contact me. Okay, so we're going to start tonight with a simple moving meditation. So a new one that we did last week. So just finding a comfortable sitting position. You might like to sit up on a cushion, or you could sit a little bit higher up on a bolster. Or you could also sit back on your heels. And just wherever you can sit comfortably for about 5 minutes. I'm going to sit cross-legged. And making sure if you're sitting cross-legged, you can feel your sit bones nicely grounded. And for this moving meditation, we're going to do 6 rounds. It's just a short moving meditation. So we're beginning with our hands interlacing our fingers at our heart center. And we take a breath in and exhale, pressing your palms forward, chin to your chest, round your upper back. And inhale, take your arms up. And exhale, cactus your arms by bending into your elbows. Then bring your hands back to your chest. So that's 1 round. We'll have another 5 goes to get a hang of it. Okay. So inhale. Exhale, press your hands away. Chin to your chest. Inhale. Take your arms up. And exhale, cactusing your arms, opening out, bending your elbows into your chest. Interlacing your fingers. Inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale, up. Exhale, open out. Hands to your chest. Interlace your fingers. And inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale, up. My hands stay together, and exhale, opening out. Hands to your chest. We've got 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale, pushing away. Inhale, take your arms up, still with interlaced fingers, and exhale, opening out. Hands to your chest. And inhale. Exhale, push away. Inhale, up. And exhale, opening out. And releasing your arms down, just resting them anywhere on your legs or anywhere that feels comfortable. You might like to take a deep breath in here through your nose and just letting it out through your mouth with an ah. Just inviting yourself to really arrive for the practice. And feeling your breath or sensations you might feel in your body, just like you're witnessing. Also witnessing any thoughts that are coming in. Just to gradually invite ourselves into space of presence. And just taking 2 more breaths in your own time. And then opening your eyes and bringing yourself back to the room. Let's head into our first yin pose. So going to sit on a square cushion and come into butterfly pose tonight. So you may need a bolster handy. You may also need a couple of blocks. In butterfly, grounding through your sit bones, and we're bringing the soles of our feet together and making a diamond shape in between our legs. And so this is the full butterfly pose, and we're folding forward here. So flexing through your spine, rounding through your spine to come forward. So if you're finding this is a little bit too much for your hips or your knees, you could place a couple of blocks underneath your knees. Could also give yourself some extra height with some extra padding underneath your buttocks if you feel you have a tendency to round through your lower back. And giving yourself some extra height will allow gravity to bring you forward. You could also rest onto a bolster. I have a bolster down over my feet, resting my arms forward. It's noticing where you can feel it. So in your inner thighs, perhaps through your spine. We're working at finding that edge, that place where you feel something, but not too much. We're wanting to ease ourselves into the pose. To slowly allow the fascia, the connective tissue of our body, to soften as we stay in the long held pose. You can use your breath here to support your body to soften. So you have this sense of softening as you exhale. You might notice that your edge changes a little bit. Might need to make some subtle adjustments as time goes on in the pose. Could take your feet further out or bring them closer in if you're looking for a deeper stretch into your inner thighs. You do feel any pain or sharp stabbing sensations or even too much sensation. It's important to bring yourself out of the pose and try a more supported option. Just taking 3 more breaths here in your own time. And when you've finished, very slowly start to roll up through your spine. So you're bringing yourself back up to a sitting position, moving your props to one side. And let's lean back on your hands if that's comfortable. Place your feet flat on the floor and let's ease out through our hips with a windshield wiper. And then taking your legs out long. You can stay leaning back on your hands. Just going to feel the rebound for a little bit. So this is the release or the echo of the pose. And let's take a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth with an ah. So we're inviting this sense of release, this sense of releasing through the tissue, the connective tissue. Opens up the waterways, the flow of energy. So you can use the sighing anytime through the practice to support your body to release, to let go, soften. And let's come forward and move into our next pose. We're going to do a leg massage and then move into caterpillar pose. So start by bringing some support underneath your legs. So I'm using a bolster here underneath my knees. If you feel that your bolster is a little bit high, perhaps use a folded blanket or a pillow or two. Nicely grounded through your sit bones here. And we're going to start with a kneading motion up at the top of our thighs. So gently massaging to stimulate the chi or energy flow. We're going to make our way down our legs, tops of our legs, stopping at your knees, so really feeling into the movement here. Seeing if the massage can support a relaxation through your legs, making it nice and soothing. So allowing your massage to be what feels right for you. You may make it all the way down to your feet, perhaps the soles of your feet if you can reach. If you can't, that's fine. And then coming back up, you may like to include the back of your legs, the sides of your legs, or just coming back up the top. Once you've reached the top, let's head on into caterpillar pose. So you can, if you're familiar with the supported caterpillar with the bolster underneath your knees, you can stay there and come forward. So we fold forward from there. If you prefer to work without the bolster, you can take it away. You could work with just a couple of blocks for a bit of a lower support, or even without blocks. So noticing how it feels for your body, so how it feels in your spine, your lower back, how it also feels down your hamstrings. Remembering we're finding that edge, the place where we're feeling something, but not too much all at once. So we're easing into the pose. And connecting back in with your breath. Using your exhalation to soften in your body. Softening down your back. Just allowing space just to be right here. Just in this exploration of feeling, just observing if you've got other thoughts popping in. It's normal. We'll have lots going on in our lives. You can practice just observing. It's a way to support ourselves, our nervous system to calm down, and to invite relaxation. Let's take 2 more breaths here, just in your own time. Very slowly, starting to roll up through your spine, back up to sitting. I like to consciously, gently shake your legs, move your feet a little bit, or move in any other organic way that feels right for you. Freedom to do that this class. We're just going to lean back on our hands, or you can sit up straight or sit up against a wall just to feel the rebound. And let's take a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth with an ah. Supporting this release. Let's do one more deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ah. And now releasing your hands. And from here, we're going to work into a wide knees child's pose. And we're going to add in a lateral stretch either side. So you can work with or without a bolster for this one. So we're starting by taking our knees out wide and sitting back towards our heels. If you have difficulty sitting back on your heels, you can place some padding in between your thighs and your calves for some support. And so once we have our knees out wide for the full child wide knees child's pose, we come forward, reaching forward and resting our forehead on the ground. Or you could rest it on a cushion. You feel like you need a bit of height here, you can use a bolster out in front so that your arms rest up on the bolster and your forehead also rests on the bolster. So you can play around with your edge here by moving your knees either closer in or further out. Just noticing how it feels through your hips, through your inner thighs. You can really find that edge. And as a slightly different option, you could also bring your hands into prayer above your head by bending into your elbows. This may change the experience through your shoulders, through your arms, through your upper back, through your neck. Just noticing what feels right for you. Tuning back into your breath. Allowing your breath to anchor yourself in this present moment. And to support yourself to find ease in the pose. Staying present with your breath and with sensations in your body. Just observing your thoughts as they arise. Letting them pass by just like clouds. And let's take 2 more breaths here, just in your own time. And from here, let's move into the lateral stretch. So let's slowly crawl our arms over to the left side. If you feel like you need to come up for a little bit before moving into the lateral stretch, just a little bit of movement through your hips, feel free to take yourself there. And then when you're ready, moving over to the left, where we start to feel it up the right side of our body, right side of your upper body. Remembering you can also bring your knees closer in if you want and wanting to lessen the sensation in your legs. Experiment. You can find that place that's right for you. And here, breathing deeply through your torso and noticing where your breath is moving in your torso. Just being aware of that without any judgment. As we move into the second half of the class, Have a little bit less talking, a bit more silence, just to allow you to really relax into and just be in the pose. Let's take 2 more breaths here in your own time. And then crawling your arms back to the center. Let's all come up, doing a little bit of rocking backwards and forwards here. You can do any kind of movement. Helps your body to stabilize a little bit. When you're ready, sitting back towards your heels and rolling your hands, moving your hands over to the right hand side to feel the stretch of the left side of your upper body. Use your bolster if need be. Use that on the other side. Settling into your lateral stretch on the right side. Bring it up the left hand side of your body. Staying present with what you can feel. Inviting yourself to let go of any thoughts that are coming in. Being aware of your breath moving through your torso. Taking 2 more breaths here in your own time. And making your way back to the center. Coming up onto all fours. A little bit of movement here. In any way that feels comfortable. And we're going to sit back on our cushion again and windshield wiper our legs just to ease out through our hips. Leaning back on your hands. And then taking your legs out long for the rebound. And sit up or stay leaning back. And deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth with an Feeling the sense of release, noticing any sensations in your legs. And let's do one more deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth with an ah sound. Let's release our hands, and from here we're going to continue to work a little bit deeper into our hips, and we're going to work into deer pose. So we stay sitting on the cushion. We're going to do deer sitting up, and then we're going to, if it feels comfortable, fold forward to work it in a different way. So for deer, we're going to bring your right foot in and taking your left leg behind. So allow them to land where they land, and position your sit bones as even as you can. So you could use a little bit of extra padding under you if you feel like you need some more height, some more support. So I have my feet relatively close into my body. You could experiment with taking your feet, so your lower legs, a little bit further out. And we're working through our hips here, and notice how this feels. Whether you prefer them closer in. You can shuffle around a little bit, move your legs around to get a feel for where you can feel that edge in your hips or any other areas. And we'll just be sitting up like this for about a minute, and then we'll move into folding forward. Feeling into the sensations in your body. Also feeling your body connecting with the ground, the support beneath us. And from here, if it feels comfortable, we're going to start to fold forward. So you may need to adjust your legs a little bit. Feeling like I need to bring my right leg a little bit forward. Your buttocks may come off the ground a little bit and come down onto your forearms, or you may just be up on your arms, or perhaps coming forward is not for you at all. Another option is to use a bolster here. So you could use a bolster to come forward this way. Shuffle your legs around to see how you can change the experience in your hips, perhaps into your glutes as well. Or you could use the bolster this way. Come right down onto the bolster, rest your forehead or rest your head to one side, depending on how it feels for your body. We will be here for about another minute and a half. You're noticing if you can find that edge somewhere, your hips, your glutes. And softening with your breath. Feeling this, your body weighted towards the earth. Staying present with the experience in the pose. Taking 3 more breaths here in your own time. And then if you're down near the floor, using the support of your arms to bring yourself back up. You might like to lean to the right side to bring your left leg around. I'm just going to do a brief windshield wiper before we switch over to the other side. We'll feel the full effect of the rebound at the end. Coming back to the center. And this time bringing your left leg in and your right leg behind you. You may notice one side's a bit different to the other. It's very common. Noticing if you need to take your legs further out, get them closer in. To feel it through your hips. Perhaps you're feeling it more on one side. We'll stay here for about another minute or so. Just feeling sensations through your legs. Noticing if you can soften your legs a little bit. There seems to be any areas of tension. We all hold areas of tension in our body in different ways. And now from here, let's start to fold forward. Coming forward, adjusting your legs in any way so you can find that edge, so maybe on your forearms. If you're using a bolster out in front, rest into the bolster. That feels okay for your head, your neck. Just making sure you're nicely supported. Noticing these sensations through your hips, into your buttocks. Perhaps a subtle pulsation down your legs as well. Nicely connected to the ground. The earth beneath us. Softening with your breath. Just observing any thoughts that pop in. Just staying in a space of being. And let's take 2 more breaths, just in your own time. And then using the support of your arms to gradually bring yourself back up. May like to lean to your left side to bring your right leg around. And let's head down onto our backs to feel the rebound. Making your way down onto your back. And let's do a windshield wiper lying down. So bending into your knees, taking your feet out to the width of your mat and dropping one knee at a time in towards the center. 2 knees out through your hips. Or perhaps you might be feeling like bringing your knees into your chest and rocking from side to side just to massage out your lower back. Finished your movement. Let's take a rest here. Take our legs out long, Shavasana, or you can keep your knees bent. Legs out a little bit wide, arms out to the sides. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth with an ah. Finding surrender. Just resting for a little bit longer to feel the rebound. Just being in the stillness. And from here, let's move into a supported bridge pose, which is a spinal extension. We've done lots of spinal flexions today, so we're going to take our spine in the opposite direction in extension just to balance out. So for supported bridge, you can use a block or you may like to use a bolster. So we have our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor. And from here, we're going to place the block this way, so horizontal, not this way. This way is quite unstable. We're having it our sacrum, so the big bone in our lower back is going to rest onto the block. So activating through your core, you lift up through your hips, placing the block in that stable place, the base of your spine. Your sacrum is the fused bones below your lumbar spine. Feel a solid place. And from here, you may like to either cactus your arms, bending into your elbows, or you could take your arms straight overhead, reaching right out. You could also take your legs out long if that feels okay for your lumbar spine. If you do experience any tingling in your hands, it's important to bring your arms down because tingling is a sign you could be compressing a nerve. Rest them by your sides. Second option, instead of using a block, is to use a bolster underneath your sacrum. In the same way we did with the block, lifting through your hips, placing the bolster underneath your sacrum, seat your buttocks as well. Moving into your preferred supported bridge from there. Feeling into your body. What can you notice here? Experiencing possibly a little bit more of an opening out, extending out. Using your breath to soften. Taking a couple of breaths into your belly, if you can. And as you exhale, you can send that energy down your legs. And the excess, often carry excess at the base of our body. It's very common. Sometimes when we visualize it moving, it might actually happen. And taking 2 more breaths here, just in your own time. And we will slowly start to come out of the pose, releasing your arms down, have them above your head, placing your feet flat on the floor. You're going to lift up through your hips, activating your core, sliding out your block or your bolster, and then very, very slowly coming down one vertebrae at a time. Allowing your back to reach your mat, to hug your mat. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your knees and gently rock. You may like to let out a sigh in your own time. Oh. So we move into our final resting pose of Shavasana. And preparing yourself for our final rest. You may like to place a blanket over the top of you, or place some socks or an extra layer on so that you're completely comfortable and warm. You could rest lying with a bolster underneath your knees here. or just your legs flat on the floor. Or you could have your knees bent with your feet flat on the floor. And I'm going to guide you in our body awareness relaxation for the next 5 or so minutes. So if this exercise doesn't feel right for you, feel free to just let my words wash over you and rest. You're starting by bringing your awareness to your heart center and the space in the center of your chest. And visualizing a diamond-shaped center. And this diamond is white and pure. And this diamond can start to feel white, pure energy into your body. Right? And start to move it up through your chest, up to your shoulders, white, clear, crystalline energy, filling your chest and shoulders. This energy now spreads down your arms, so both arms, white, pure, crystalline energy. Down to your elbows, your forearms, clearing and cleansing your body. Down to your wrists, your hands, all the way down to your fingertips. And this white light can also move up through your neck, your throat, to your whole face, sides of your head, ears, top of your head, white light, and the back of your head, purifying your being. Now we're going to head down the body, so heading back to the heart space area, and heading down through the middle of your belly, through your torso, front and back, into your pelvic bowl, white light, cleansing and purifying your body. Into your buttocks, through your hips, into your thighs, to your knees, this white light, cleansing your body. Into your lower legs, your ankles, tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, white, pure energy. And finishing right at your toes, white light. Now, noticing your whole body, clear, pure. Just resting in this space of white light. And bringing your awareness as you rest to the parts of your body that are connected to the ground. So perhaps your heels or parts of your feet, the backs of your legs, buttocks, of your back, shoulder blades, backs of your arms, hands, and the back of your head. So you are grounded and centered, connected to the earth. Let's slowly start to wake up through our body. Just bringing some movement to your hands, to your feet, your arms, to your legs. You may like to take a big stretch out long. Take your arms above your heads, or any other way that feels right. And releasing and rolling to one side. Just pausing for a moment. You can use your arm as a pillow, or you could rest on a pillow or cushion. And then using the support of your arms to bring yourself back up. A comfortable sitting position. And let's bring our hands to prayer at our heart space, our heart center. Bow your head towards your heart. And then just taking a moment to feel that space at the center of your heart. You may like to visualize that diamond. That space, that heart space, it's the purity that lies in each of us. It's our innate goodness. Just taking a moment to honor yourself. You may like to honor others who are practicing this week. And you also might like to honor our sacred earth. Our sacred earth, which gives us ground for our experience of life. And together, let's say namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. If you enjoyed the practice, if you have any questions, if you need different options, please feel free to contact me for a chat. Otherwise, love to see you in 2 weeks' time. So we'll be back on the 10th of October for the live class. Okay, enjoy a couple of weeks. Okay, bye for now.